What is up, SmackNPie here, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Today is a special video because now we're going to take a look at the upcoming Glowstick Entertainment games / projects that we know are confirmed by Vincent Livings. Many of them here don't have a release date, so big warning whilst moving forward. But you know what, without wasting any more time, let us begin. I'm gonna throw this right off the bat so we don't have to talk about it that much. At first, we have Chapter 4 of Dark Deception. Now, Glowstick Entertainment obviously are working extremely hard to make sure that the next installment in Dark Deception franchise come out as soon as possible, but there are hurdles to this path and we are getting closer to March as well. We know it was delayed a couple of times. Right now we don't have a definitive date for Chapter 4, but we do know that it will come out in March. So we're just gonna have to wait and see. 7 days left, a week left, and we will learn what's gonna happen to Chapter 4 release date. But let's move on to the next one. Up next is something I'm looking forward to the most, and that is Evil Nun Broken Mask. A partnership rose between Capillarian's team, the developers of Evil Nun franchise, and Glowstick Entertainment. Together, they are making Evil Nun Broken Mask, a remake of original Evil Nun for PC. This will change the story a little bit, a different take on the first Evil Nun game that was solely for mobile, a huge success back in the mobile, and now they're expanding their reach here to PC users as well through the help of Glowstick Entertainment. Glowstick Entertainment are bringing the vision of Capillarian's team's Evil Nun mobile to PC, and we've seen screenshots, we've seen teaser, we've seen characters, and we have more to see in the coming months because the game is slated to release this year. When this year, we don't know, but Vincent Livings is assuring fans that it will drop this year, and I'm super excited for this one. This game is going to be our main game after Chapter 4, so watch out for this one. Then we get to a little bit different one. This is, ladies and gentlemen, is Ayano's Lovesick Labyrinth. This is going to be a first crossover, which is non-multiplayer crossover game between Dark Deception and another franchise. Ayano's Lovesick Labyrinth, announced all the way back in 2019, was supposed to be the first of many crossover game within DD that is non-multiplayer. We've seen the character models such as Senpai, Ayano, Info-chan. We know that the location is going to be the school, and we would have to collect soul shards, spears, and Malaka are going to be involved in it somehow, story-wise. From the day of the release to this day, I'm still waiting for it, and I'm still excited for this one. I know Yandere Simulator and Yandev, it is a completely different story, but between the partnership of Glowstick Entertainment and Yandev, Ayano's Lovesick Labyrinth might see the light after Dark Deception Chapter 5, because that is something that will happen afterwards, so fingers crossed. On the topic of Chapter 5, ladies and gentlemen, we know Chapter 4 hasn't dropped yet. However, comma, and that is a big comma, there is a slight chance if Chapter 4 drops in March, there is a slight chance of Chapter 5 dropping later this year. 2 chapters in 1 year? It might be possible because Vincent Livings has assured fans that the time it took from Chapter 3 to 4, Chapter 4 to 5 is not going to take that long, because for Chapter 4, things started all over again. Chapter 4 is like a new game altogether. Might as well just call Chapter 4 Dark Deception 2, the sequel. Which is funny because we know Dark Deception 2 is not going to have any chapters, the sequel of Dark Deception 1, but that is something for another day. So Chapter 5, really excited for this one, but just to play safe, keep 2022 in your head, because I can assure you as well that Chapter 5 will not take that long as compared to Chapter 4. Now we get to Monsters and Mortals, a multiplayer game based on the original Dark Deception base game. It had successful launch, kinda sorta, and so much good stuff was announced related to Monsters and Mortals DLC in specific. As we all know, when it comes to multiplayer games, regular updates are the essence of what keeps any multiplayer game alive, which is why in this instance, a horror multiplayer game, it makes it all exciting because the possibilities of multiple franchises entering the roster are endless. We've already had a successful launch of Monstrum DLC. I enjoyed it thoroughly, and now we have a list of the confirmed DLCs that are about to follow in Monsters and Mortals. Let's take a look. Starting off with the mind-blowing, surprising Silent Hill DLC. It was announced a while back because how big of a franchise Silent Hill is, and somehow Vincent Livings managed to get their hands on this DLC. Well done. Silent Hill DLC was slated for February. 1 week left. There is still a hope that it'll drop within these 7 days. We might learn a date or two. Who knows? At the time this video gets uploaded, we might have a release date for Silent Hill DLC. We don't know yet, but we do know Robbie the Rabbit, Sybil Bennett, Heather and nurses are gonna be the monsters and mortals, and Pyramid Head is gonna be the boss. We don't know the location yet, but I'm super excited for it. And the next one that is confirmed is Evelyn DLC. This is no-brainer because Keplerians have partnership with Glowstick Entertainment for a separate game, Evelyn Broken Mask, that I talked about. It makes all the sense in the world for heavy DLC of Evil Nun in Monsters and Mortals. We know Evil Nun, the Nun, is gonna be in it. We know the Lost Child is gonna be in it, and it's gonna be a reimagination of Evil Nun franchise in Monsters and Mortals. I am super pumped. But first, give me Evil Nun Broken Mask. And it is so smart as well. Whilst we're waiting for Evil Nun Broken Mask, during the hype up days, they can release Evil Nun DLC, and we play that before we get to play the full game of Evil Nun Broken Mask. Well done. Then this is a bit of mixed area for many people, but the Karma series, the Karma horror game series, is also joining Monsters and Mortals very soon. Their DLC will drop sometime in the future. I don't know much about the franchise or the games. I will play them once we get close to it, but they are also in the lineup of the upcoming Monsters and Mortals DLC, so they are packed. And following up, lastly, we have Ayano's Lovesick Labyrinth DLC, which is a crossover game between Yandere Simulator and Dark Deception. So you get a crossover game and that game's DLC in Monsters and Mortals. Well done, Vince. He played well. Well played. Those characters are going to be available to play in the multiplayer, and the roster is going to be huge. Just with the confirmed ones, that is insanely good. Well done. I'm excited for all the DLCs that are coming in Monsters and Mortals. Not to mention, there is a likely, highly chance of a Bendy and the Ink Machine or Bendy and the Dark revival. More likely, Bendy and the Ink Machine DLC coming to Monsters and Mortals. Some fans noticed how immediately Vince and Lemmings, they followed each other recently after the interesting conversation went down. I reported here on the channel, so I am super pumped to see if this actually comes to light. If it does, it is likely a few months before we get Bendy the Dark Rival itself, or immediately after Chapter 4 to keep the fans in the Dark Deception loop. We're just gonna have to wait and see. Vincent Lemmings, or anyone watching from Glowstick Entertainment, Pharmaclips, please bring that game back one way or another. Make an update for Monsters and Mortals DLC. Make a small mini game in Chapter 4 or Chapter 5. Make it something. That game, it was such a cutesy thing that you guys were doing, and all of a sudden it stopped. So I would love for Pharmaclips to come back, not just because of nostalgia and memories, but also that there was genuine fun there. So I'm just saying, Pharmaclips. Regardless, 2021 is packed with Glowstick Entertainment stuff. We should be good to go for this entire year. I know I'm not making many Glowstick Entertainment videos nowadays, but I will get back to them very soon. I have some personal stuff, study stuff, and mostly I'm catching up on comics, superhero movies, most specifically DC stuff and horror stuff. So, hey yo, I'm coming back, don't worry. With that being said, what are the projects and games you're looking forward to the most from Glowstick Entertainment? Do let me know. And also, subscribe to this channel, help me get to 75,000. Yes, that is the new goal, 75,000 subscribers for 2021. That is the goal for 2021, the entire 2021, 75,000. Also follow me on Twitter at SmackNPie and Insta. I report gaming news there that I don't do here. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care and peace.